Kia ora, Year 9. Here's page 3 of the Foundation Algebra homework booklet. So in this exercise, what I've done is mixed up expanding and factorising, so you get really good at understanding what the difference is between the two things. One is basically the opposite of the other. And I've also put some in where you have to think about the highest common factor of two numbers. And that's something that we did right back at the start of the year that you have to remember from a while ago. Okay, so the first two examples are done for you here. So when we expand something, what we're saying is we've got 3 times all of this. And when we did that in class, we started off at looking at it as if it were a really big sheep paddock, and it had length of x plus 2 on one side and a length of 3 on the other. And we're trying to work out what the area of that paddock is. So we need to have this number times this number. And we can split the x plus 2 up into 2 bits, x and 2. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 2 is 6. And that gives me my answer of 3x plus 6. But we don't want to have to draw that picture all the time. So what we're going to do to make it a bit faster is this. We say, well, it's just 3 times the first number. 3 times the first number, 3x, plus 3 times the second number, which is 3 2's, 3x plus 6. Factorising is where we're going backwards. We're saying, how can I take out a common factor from each term so that I get something times something else, right? That's why it's got the word factor in it, because that goes with multiplication. So the highest common factor here is out of 4 and 8 is 4. This is the easiest pattern where the coefficient is going to be the highest common factor, but it won't always be like that. So we've got 4, and then we say 4 times what will get me 4x? Well, 4 times x, plus 4 times what will get me 8, 4 2's. So let's go through them now. Just make sure that you're looking at if you're in my class this year, make sure you're looking at your homework book as you go and going over any that you had trouble with or that you ended up not getting right. So here we've got 4 times a, so 4a, plus 4 3's are 12. Factorise. The highest common factor of 3 and 9 is 3. So it's going to be 3 times something. 3 watts give me 3x. 3 times x. 3 watts give me, so I have to put the plus sign down. 3 watts give me 9. 3 3's. In the next one, we've got 4a take away 8. The highest common factor of 4 and 8 is 4. 4 times what will give me 4a? 4 times a. Take away 4 times what will give me 8? 4 times 2. So it will be 4 times a minus 2. Next one, expand. 5 times n, 5n. Take away 5 times 5, 25. Next, factorise. You can see how I wrote this. I didn't want to make it too boring. It is actually pretty boring, so just hang in there. Okay, factorise 5a, take away 20. The highest common factor in the numbers is 5. 5 watts give me 5a, 5 times a. 5 watts give me 20, 5 4's. Right, and the sign just matches up in those two places. And guys, you can always check this by expanding and making sure that you go back to your starting point. You won't need to do that too much in Year 9, but it's a really good thing to do when you get to trickier ones later this year and in Year 10. Okay, so now I've cranked up the level of difficulty a little bit. We've got 3, and this time we've got 3 times 2n, not just times n. So that means I'm going to have 6n take away 3 times 1, which is 3. And in this next one, we have to find the highest common factor of 15 and 20. And it's not 15, right? The highest common factor here is going to be 5. So this is the step up in the worksheet, and most of you handled it quite well, just with a few wee mistakes. So the highest common factor here is 3. Sorry, it's not 3. The highest common factor is 5. 5 watts give me 15. 5 times 3. But we want 15a. So it has to be 5 times 3a to get back to this. Right, so I'm going to go 5 times 3a will match up to the 15a. Take away 5 watts will give me 20, and it will be 5 times 4. Now, a couple of you did interesting things in here with decimals and fractions, and I can see why you did that. But when we're doing factorising, we're always looking to be working with whole numbers, with integers, right? So not numbers like one of you did this, which was actually kind of cool. You did this. So that showed quite a lot of thinking. But there's a really strong convention in maths that we don't want to work when we're factorising with fractions, or definitely don't want to work with recurring decimals. So full marks for creativity, but try and stick to finding something that's letting us have whole numbers. The next one, we had 14n, take away 21. So the highest common factor is going to be 7. 7 times what gets me this? 7 2s are 14, and I need 2 times n. 7 watts are 21, 7 3s. In this one, we're back to an easy one. The highest common factor is 7. 7 times n plus 3. Next, we've got 5 times 4n to expand. So 20n. Take away 3 5s are 15. And lastly, this one here, the highest common factor was 11. 11 times 3n will give me 33n minus 11 times 2 here. So there you go, heaps of practice at factorising. Make sure that you've gone through your booklet and understand how to do all of those. And I'll be back later tonight with page 4, which was on substitution.